Hey everybody, welcome back. So in this fight we're going to be using Aerith, and it jumps right into it right after the Rufus fight, and it's going to start off with the cutscene, basically, so we're going to let that play out first before we go and switch our equipment. Luckily for us, we're able to hold the square button, and as soon as the cutscene's over, it will let us immediately jump into our inventory so we can sort that out, and that's good because I actually forgot. I guess I didn't forget. No, I did forget. I did forget to set the material before the fight, so I could have just jumped right into it. But then again, I wouldn't have been able to show you what my materia setup was, so I didn't really want to do that. So we're going to do it this way. And normally, yeah, in the OG, this is where the fight would actually take place. And this happens exactly as it does in the OG, where this guy lights up the elevator. The only difference is the elevator doesn't fall all the way down to the ground.
We're cool.
But you're able to. And this cutscene is still like one of those question marks for us. And it feels like they did this stuff on purpose. And by that I mean, like this, we have no idea what happens to Wedge here. They make it sound like they killed him off screen or something, like the ghost just literally killed him off screen. Like, you're not even supposed to be here. You're supposed to be dead a while ago, dude. We need to finish you off. And
I'm sorry, Cloud. Just
see, you hear it. You hear like the glass break, like he's about to just fall like 50, 60 stories, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's how they killed Wedge. They had him survive just so he can come show up here at this point until, you know, only for him to just die off screen like that. That was one of those things where it's all like, I have more questions about that than answers. It feels like they wouldn't have killed him. Although there is a little bit of irony in it, because he would have died the same way that he died in the OG, falling off the pillar, you know, only this time he falls out of a building. So he basically died from heights, I guess. But either way, like that whole thing just leaves more questions than answers. Maybe he's not dead. I don't know. It seems weird. Because if that was the case, I don't know. Maybe having him survive in the first place seemed kind of pointless, I guess. I don't know. Maybe for some people it was kind of like, oh, that's cool. I guess to throw a wrench into your expectations, because everybody expected Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse to die. You know, everybody was talking about that before the game even came out. They're like, man, dude, that part's gonna hit like a truck, you know? And it still kind of does, dude. It's still an emotional section. It's really rough, but yeah, and we know for a fact that Biggs is alive. You know, we've seen him in the trailers, if you've seen the Rebirth trailers. But anyways, enough about story again. Let's get into our equipment. So, MP absorption on lightning. Okay, there's a reason I did that. So every time I cast lightning, I'm going to get a little bit of my MP back. Okay, and I still have Fire with me, and there's a reason for that as well. You remember when I told you in one of the previous fights with the Swordipede, where I said that, like, don't burn all your MP with Aerith? Here's why. You're going to need it for this fight. As you can see, I started out with 106. Could have been more, but we'll live with it. It's fine. So the reason why I put MP absorption on there is every time I cast Thunder, I'm gonna get a little bit of my MP back, and I have Fire for a different reason, because there's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a point in the fight where the boss kind of switches its like elemental weakness, I guess, and that's why I have. So basically, the one you're gonna hit him with, that's the one he's gonna like make himself basically resistant to. So you won't do like hardly any damage to him or any damage to his stagger gauge, and that's no bueno. That's no bueno at all. Not very good. So yeah, that's why we do that. So when you hit him with thunder, when he casts the little thunder aura around him, you'll know it. I'll point it out when he does it. Then you want to switch to fire. Then then when he does the fire bit, you switch back to thunder. That way you can keep doing stagger damage to him, and do consistent damage. Because Aerith can blow him up. Like Aerith does a lot of magic damage. It's kind of crazy.
I beg of you, shield them from harm. That was close.
And then also, Planet's Protection comes in pretty clutch here too. Especially when he likes to charge at you. It won't stop every attack that he does, but it will stop like the ones where he charges at you and everything. So that's always good, right? And you saw what I'm doing there. You cast Thunder on his primary gun. That stuns him. He's gonna do it again. I think that's a hard mode specific thing. I'm not too sure. I haven't played normal mode in several years. Yeah, once you get the drones out of the way, then you move into the next phase of the fight. This is kind of where the fight really begins, I think. Because now he's going to be a little bit more mobile instead of just sitting still. And then he's also going to... This is where he's going to start doing like these kinds of moves. Saturation Fire. Planet's Protection will make you immune to that, which is good. So that way you don't have to worry about hiding constantly. You can still sit in your aura, build up your ATB, and throw out your magic spells. And so, yeah, see, now you'll see him saying Lightning Defense Protocol or something like that. So now you see him all, he's like, his body's all like lit up. That means he's going to take reduced electrical damage. So I hit him with Fire Gun, boom. He goes right back into pressured. We can sit there and wail on him a little bit more, which is always good. Hit him with Ray of Judgment, because Ray of Judgment is Aerith's kind of, I guess, her big like ATB gauge. See, and then you saw him switch into the fire version, so we'll switch back to thunder. You get the picture. You only really need two different magic materias to basically do this, you know, because he's not going to be immune to both of them at the same time. So yeah. And you can go with, I think, with whatever, but obviously I think he's specifically weak to thunder. But then again, he also ends up becoming weak to whatever, you know, whatever else you have for whatever color that he does. You know what I mean? And then that's always nice. Having Red 13 here doing Stardust Ray, it's going to be really nice to play with him, to play with his character in Rebirth. Can't wait for that. And now we switch into the third phase, because to be honest, if you were just strictly using Thunder that entire fight, that phase would last forever, and you would I forgot about that fact in this fight, and I ended up coming in here with just Lightning, and I was stuck on that phase forever, and I burned through all my MP, and I was sitting there wondering what the hell's going on here. I was like, why am I doing no damage? Why is this? And then I remembered, I was like, oh right. I'm like, what an idiot. So I had to switch my entire build up, just add Fire Gun in there. And you can see that you could just sit there and tank, and you can even tank the charge. The charge won't do nothing to you. Although that move can kill you without it. So Planet's Protection comes in clutch. I know some people will be like, well, you have immunity. No, you're not immune to everything. This attack will probably hurt you. Pulse Cannon will hurt you. When he fires the lasers, those hurt you. I think his primary cannon hurts you if he hits you with it. Yeah, you could see as I was standing a little bit back away from the rubble. If you stand right up close to it, when it blows up, it'll knock you back. It won't hurt you, but it'll knock you back. And I tend to like to be able to just move. Then you can just move and go right back onto the attack here. This firewall attack, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Don't really even have to worry about it. And I like to use the Illustrious Shield when he fires the homing lasers. Kind of cheeky, right? Like one of the few times that that ability is actually useful. I actually love Aerith in this fight. Aerith's like perfect for this fight. It's like tailor-made for it, I feel like. It's like you can counter just about everything he does with Aerith. And it's pretty freaking awesome. You know, you make this boss look like an absolute... I probably make this boss look like an absolute joke with Aerith. It's kind of insane. Now that I'm watching it, like, this fight's awesome for Aerith. It's perfect. It's so good, I think. And quite honestly, this is like, and it's sad to say because this is going to be like her last fight for at least the main campaign. I wanted to squeeze her into this one fight. I'll talk about it. It's going to be the next boss fight, I believe. Yes, the next boss fight is going to be that one. And I wanted to squeeze her in there, but I couldn't. It kind of sucks. I'll explain that when I talk about it because it's going to be a long video. It's like 30 minutes and you know exactly which fight I'm talking about. Because we're going to be skipping the bike section. We don't need to do that. And besides, who wants to watch me sit there and, like, you know, fight the... I will admit, they screwed that fight up. Like, it's a really cool section, you know, they have the bike section, but having that boss fight like that, it kind of sucks. Motorball didn't get really done justice in this game, I would think. It kind of sucks. It would have been cooler if, like, it did some of it. If they did some of Motorball on the bike, and then, like, you got to that point where you get off the bike, you know, and fight them on the ground. That would have been pretty cool. But they didn't do that. But I guess it is what it is, you know. So we skipped that bit, because who wants to see that? Because I even skipped the roach bike part anyways. Pulse cannon time. You want to hide behind the pillars and stuff. And so, like, if you take a lot of time on this bit, you can run out of cover. And that actually happened to me at one point in time. It was back when I was still trying. It was back when I was still trying to get through these phases with just lightning. Yeah, see, I did it again. I hit him with lightning. I hit him with lightning and didn't do a whole lot of damage to him, and I even realized it too. I was like, oh wait, he's lit up. He's lightning. He's lightning, I guess, protected, not immune. Like, you're not gonna get immune numbers. You'll still do damage, but you're just gonna do very, very little. Saturation fire. I'm immune to it. I have a counter for everything you do. It's awesome. It's great. So we're gonna get to like the fourth phase. Does it have a fourth phase? Third or fourth phase or something like that. And then that's when he's gonna start using his pulse cannon like all the time. We're also running low on MP as well. I'm not casting any magic as well. I figured I was gonna use this time. Like, I could have probably just thrown out like a couple spells at him and moved into the next phase, but then I wouldn't have had any MP for that phase, and I'm probably gonna want it, to be honest. So I'm gonna drop my summon here because Shiva will help us in the next phase. Because I don't want to get blown up by the pulse cannon. So yeah, here's where I'm making the choice. So I'm like, I'm just gonna do one regular thunder. No big deal. Yeah, you see that move did some damage to me. Oh wait, I lost my limit break. That's why. Luckily me, he fired the homing lasers at Barrett. Because if he fired them at me, that probably might have killed me. Possibly. So yeah, here's where the phase. He's gonna cast a firewall that's not gonna go away. And then he's going to try to hit us with his, I guess they're going to call it Cry Havoc, I guess. So you get one freebie where you can hide behind it. I might have been able to stick around a little bit and done a little bit more damage to him. But I was debating here. I was like, do I want to use my MP?
No big deal.
I did. Okay. I cast regen on myself. Alright. Alright. Because does he do any attacks? I don't remember. Or if he just like sits there and builds up. It's almost like this is your DPS check. Unload everything you've got kind of on him. Because I don't know if the Cry Havoc ability kills you. As far as I remember, I can't really, like, I don't remember it. Oh look, he does physical defense protocol. That's perfect for us. Nobody does here physical damage. Unless they count Barrett's gun as physical damage. But now I'm like, alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw everything at him. Oh, I think I know what I did here. I ran out of MP. I got 2 back, and then I'm like, oh crap, I've got nothing. Oh no, throw out Planet's protection. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna protect me from his big ass laser attack? No, Shiva came in clutch. She came in clutch. She threw out her limit. Her bar ended up, and we won the fight. So I never will find out if that ability was actually gonna blow me up, and I would have had to do the whole fight again. Which, thank God for that. So that's pretty awesome, actually. I think that was pretty cool. It's a cool way to end it, honestly. Shiva coming in clutch. One of your summons saved your ass. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this. We're down to the last 2 boss fights for the main story, at least, and then we'll move on to the next bits. But I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.